Nothing good comes out of something easy. It's always about challenge. It's always about overcoming some big obstacle hurdle in life. So tell me a little bit about what your biggest challenge was that you had to navigate on your journey to where you are now.
I would say, one of the biggest challenges I faced was coming from a very difficult childhood and surviving a very difficult childhood with, parents. One was addicted to drugs growing up and was in and out of incredibly abusive relationships. And my dad was completely not present in my childhood. He struggled with severe mental health issues that ultimately claimed his life. So I really didn't have family in my life. I didn't have like the typical normal, you know, uh, situation that you would expect for somebody that ultimately goes on to open a successful business. I had a loved one who did have my back and was a light in a dark place for me, and she died when I was only 11, which ultimately is what inspired choice. So, I mean, surviving my childhood is probably one of the biggest challenges for sure.
Mm.
But I would also say, having going through a divorce early in life, I was married really early, went through a divorce, had to start over again with, as a single mama with little babies and try to figure out what I was doing with my life and bounced around from different careers and really trying to figure out who I was. Obviously, I grew up so early. I was on my own at 16. I became a mom at 19. I was, faced with so many challenges. That's why I say it's kind of hard to pick one particular challenge. But I would say really surviving my childhood and unpacking a lot of the trauma that I didn't even know I was carrying